Hello everybody, this is Badger Wild, and we are back with another Space Engineers tips video. And before we get started, just want to let y'all know I have a subscribe star now. Link is in the description. If you want to throw $1 my way, right now we got the Minuteman tier. It's only $1. You guys get to get some extra stuff. I get to throw up there what I'm doing before I do it. I'll send a post in showing y'all or telling everyone what's going on behind the scenes as we're getting ready. You also can talk to me there. And yeah, also if you don't want to do the subscribe star, it's very easy to support the channel also by just simply liking, commenting, and if you're new to the channel, subscribing. All three of those helps me in the algorithm and it boosts the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So, if you're like me, you're looking for a way to improve your survival, really ground it down. And give yourself this thing where you feel like you're participating more in the game. And that's the thing about Space Engineers. As far as space and vehicular combat, it's really good. And if you're using mods like the NPC mod, you will end up running into a whole bunch of enemies, and you're going to find defending your base with a rifle has a lot to be desired, I guess is what we will say. So behind me here you see a whole bunch of target dummies, and these are basically set up to show off something cool that I've got set up down range. Well, like I said, here we are. We've got all these guys sitting up, and these are to represent like the zombies or raiders or pirates in one of the NPC mods, or even the robot raider dropship that comes in that y'all have seen in Survival Under Fire. And one of the things that I have been wanting to do is come up with something that looks good, both cinematically and can give you that feel in your games. And what I came up with was this. Now this over here is the Bobcat, and this was the design idea of this, was to put a gun turret on the back that could be operated by the gunner. And this was the concept of the Bobcat, which is where it's eventually going to go later on. We're going to do some stuff with the Bobcats in like later series. Currently I've got one going on right now, but we can't bring the Bobcat in because we have limited resources in this series, and when y'all see it, you will just love it. I'm still editing the far out of it. But yeah, this is just a regular turret, and it was just kind of an idea. This is basically the concept of, I wanted to make a self-contained system that worked inside the Bobcat, and I don't think this is the best way to go, because I noticed it was just really a big gun, and I couldn't figure out where to put all the turret stuff on it. After a little bit of work and playing around with the Bobcat, we get to this thing, which is a self-contained mini turret, which takes up 2 by 3 spaces and 1 space up top. So you can have a couple of these, like flanking each other on the entrance point to your base. In come the zombies or the raiders or the pirates or whatnot, when you tell your buddy to get to position, and so he like runs over here, hops in, hits the turret control, and just starts wailing away at him. So yeah, that gives you some vibes from Survival Under Fire when I use the Fox armor car to take out a whole bunch of baddies. So what is going on here? Well, this is a self-contained system. It has 2 cargo container 3s on each side, which will hold 125 liters each. So we have 150 liters of ammunition that we can put in, as well as whatever can go into the central gun. We have a forward faceplate here to protect the gun from oncoming enemy fire, and a secondary plate on the actual turret itself to protect it also from incoming fire and protect the occupant behind it and all the squishy bits. These will actually take a few rounds from a machine gun, so as long as you got this gun firing, and yeah, I've built double turret versions of this just to see if it can be done. They're about as cool as advertised. Also, we have a light down here, because sometimes the NPCs will attack you at night, and sometimes you just need to be able to see them. And that's what this does. It enables you to see the enemy as they're coming in, create kind of a zombie-like effect as you're firing away at it. This is also great for any of those servers, like if you're playing with your buddies and you got to do something like this. But like I said, I've built double turret deck gun versions of this. If you're using the zombies mod on here, it works out just beautifully with this. And you can have a turret that you're trying to keep people from overrunning, but it's not piped up to the base, so it depends on you being a little more maintenance heavy with it. You got to add stuff to it every so often. And we also have the helm block for small ship, which works out really well. And to get this thing to where it fires just perfectly, we have a camera mount on top here. This is the top mounted camera, and it just works beautifully with this thing. But as I said, this is just one of those little things you can do with your builds and the custom turrets and stuff you can do now in Space Engineers. Just give your gameplay just a little bit more pizzazz. Also, these two blocks in the middle here, I could probably replace those with a turret control block. But as you can see, it works well for large groups of NPCs. You can have a bunch of these in place. And that was one of the problems I ran into with Survival Under Fire, was when we were playing it, me and Gomer had all these automated guns up, and there was a point where the enemies just didn't pose a threat anymore. And if you want to set that up to where you have auto turrets, which would target something like reavers coming in, but you also want these ground-based implements so that your guys have to run to a fixed emplacement, jump onto it. So like run up here, have like a step or something there that they can jump onto and use. And this thing has a pretty wide range of movement, I'm telling you. Just to give you guys an idea, it can shoot almost straight up. So this is just that perfect little thing you can add to some of your stuff. You want to add like a gun truck or something and have these guns sitting here. And you want to see some bigger gun versions, I will put some of these up on the Discord. If y'all want to see a deck gun variant of this, I'll more than happily shove that on there. You guys can see the two big autocannon 50 cal type, because it looks amazing. And I would have to I'll also have to put some kind of timer block in there so it'll operate properly. But yeah, if you guys want to spice this up and make it look, you know, give your runs with the NPC mod a little bit more work on it, just set up a rule in there where you have to use these types of fixed emplacements. And you can do some really cool stuff, like if you want to just use like fixed emplacements all around. And these also work great on trucks, as you can see here. This, despite its limitations right now, it was actually able to lift itself, and I could shoot down pretty moderate stuff, but as a autocannon that just fires from the back of a truck, it works great. So it's not something that you have to really worry about, but I would just try this out and see how you all, you know, like it. Because I've had fun playing around and building these. And like I said, they add a new element to the game when all your turrets don't have the AI turned on and they're pretty dependent. You see the bad guys coming, or you hear the drums beat and the battle cries from the pirates in the NPC mod, and suddenly they're coming at you, and you're just like, you gotta get man the guns. Your guys have to run up there and man the guns. I've put stuff like this with the big gun turrets, and it just rocks the trucks. Looks amazing. Anyway, folks, if you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed this little idea, and it's making your gameplay work out, or if you're just enjoying the content, like I said, you want to support it, there is a subscribe star. For just $1 a month, you can do the Minuteman tier, and you guys will be able to support me in what I do here on the channel. So if you guys like all these videos I'm doing, whoops, if you guys like these videos I'm doing, you guys are more than welcome to help out. And if not, the easiest way to support the channel has always been like, comment, and if you're new, subscribe. That boosts me in the algorithm and kind of gets me a little higher in the recommended, so that more new people can show up and check out some of this awesome content I'm bringing you guys. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have some fun with this concept, and I'd love to see it in your builds on the Discord. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. I am Badger Wild, signing out.